Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the platform. Okay, can, excuse me, can you solve this puzzle? All right, look, I felt compelled to put this video on the platform. Real quick note, Tommy Baker, who, as you may or may not know, was paralyzed, and he is currently at Dodd Hall Physical Therapy Rehabilitation Center, and he's doing good. He's keeping strong, and my brother is going to walk soon. Praise God. So anyway, let's just quickly talk about this puzzle. Like I said, I felt compelled to do a video on this because I feel like as I was attempting to solve this puzzle, I became extremely philosophical in my own mind and determined that by solving this puzzle, you can solve all of the problems in your life. You have the key to the universe by solving this problem. Now, here's what I mean by that. What I mean is, if you are faced with a challenge and you do whatever it takes to solve the challenge, whatever it is, it could be a puzzle, it could be anything, then you will have placed yourself in a mental framework that can be a gateway to all sorts of possibilities, all sorts of potential. I found it to be absolutely fascinating, the things that I began to think about as I kept on trying to solve this puzzle. Because as you try to attempt to solve this puzzle, you don't just lock into a mode of going through the motions of solving the puzzle. You take some time to think about it. You try to come up with some theories, and then as you get frustrated, you kind of start to think about other things. And so you go into a different mode of thinking. You take your attention off it, even though the puzzle is sitting there right in front of you. And then you go on to do other things, and then you'll come back to it, and you'll come up with a new idea, and so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, man, it is absolutely fascinating what happens, what information you can gather. Okay, so let's talk about the puzzle for a second. I discovered this puzzle in Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers. And he doesn't give the answer, or I'm sorry, he doesn't explain the answer. He gives you what the answer is, but that doesn't matter because you have to figure out why that's the answer. Okay, so what I would like for you to do as a viewer is take this puzzle and try to solve it. Try to solve this puzzle. Come up with an answer. Come up with the answer that works, that makes sense, and then share it. I came up with an answer. Is it the right answer? Well, it is the right answer, but is my reasoning for the answer the right answer? Is it the creator's? Is the creator of this puzzle going to be satisfied with how I came about my answer? Now, I would love for everybody who watches this to solve this puzzle and share why you came up with the answer in the comment section. I really want to know the answer. I think I know, but I don't know if it's the right way of solving it. Now, I am going to tell you how I came up with the answer. So if you don't want to be affected by your methods of solving this problem, then don't watch the next few minutes of this video. Either pause it, stop it, go solve the puzzle, and then come back. Okay, so let me just get right to it. As you can see, we have a series of squares, 3 by 3 squares. You have 1, 2, 3 going across the top, 1, 2, 3 in the middle, 1, 2 in the bottom, and then the third one is empty, and we have to fill in the blank. Which is the answer? Is it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H? Okay, we are pattern-seeking creatures. Life is a pattern. Everything we do is in patterns. So the idea here is to find the pattern. What fits in the empty space at the bottom right? All right, let's jump to it. So the first thing that I started to look for, and that probably every single one of you was looking for, is a pattern. Where's there a pattern? Not only that, but once we start getting extremely analytical, we begin to think, okay, maybe we're not even supposed to follow this pattern from left to right, because that's what we assume, because that's just how we've been trained to think with our years and years of experience on planet Earth. We read left to right. Everything we pretty much read is from left to right. That's how we have been conditioned. But what if you're in another country what if you grew up in another country where you read from top to bottom? So then you would be naturally conditioned to look at this problem from top to bottom. However, Malcolm Gladwell wrote this book, and it looks like he wrote it from left to right. It makes sense. So let's just not get too analytical and just assume that this has to be read from left to right. Okay, so that's a starting point, but we don't know. Okay, so you look at the first square, then you look at the second square and third square, and you want to find a pattern. My gosh, how long you are going to struggle by trying to find a pattern. You can look at the left square and say, okay, what do we got here? First thing is we have symbols. Symbols that you find on a deck of playing cards. Notice how there's 3 of each symbol. But if you know anything about playing cards, you'll know that there are 4 symbols. You have clubs, which are here. You have diamonds, which are here. Hearts, which are here. But what you don't have is the spade. You don't have the spade symbol. So now you can get really analytical and say, well, why these symbols? The deck of cards. Why is there one missing? Did the person only choose 3 of the 4 symbols? So now you start going down the rabbit hole and say, okay, well, maybe we're supposed to look at what the colors are of the symbols. So we know that in a traditional deck of cards that the clubs and the spades are black and the diamonds and the hearts are red. But the problem with that, and I went down that rabbit hole, believe you me, the problem with going down that route is that means that this puzzle is designed for you to know outside information. Because by looking at the puzzle alone, there is no indicator that there is no indicator that these symbols are colored. We would have to know from our experience that the symbols on a deck of cards are comprised of 2 colors, black and red. So that means that this puzzle wouldn't be a good puzzle because the information has to be self-contained in order to make it a good quality puzzle. You can't have outside information. Now you could even take that to the extreme and say, well, how can you say that makes a good puzzle when the fact that we know that these are symbols alone is something that we have to already be aware of. We have to already be aware of reading something from left to right. But that's getting very analytical. So we have to kind of be a little bit more lenient with the level of to be a little bit more lenient with the level of how far we analyze this. So we have to already assume that we could read left to right. We have to assume that this puzzle can be solved with what we generally already have as information. So you're a human being. I'm sure you live in a country that has a pretty civil society, and that you're conducting your life pretty much generally like most people live. You've been exposed to general knowledge. You know how to read. You know how to talk. You know how to exist like a human, like a modern human. Let's just say. All right. So let's stop that rant and get back to this puzzle, solving it. So we're looking for a pattern here. All right, you look at square left and you see two clubs, and then you look to the right and you see three clubs, and then you look to the center top one, you see the clubs are here and then over here, and then you go down here, and it seems so random. It seems extremely random. You'll drive yourself mad with trying to find some kind of pattern here. So I'm just going to jump into how I found my answer, okay? And then I'm just going to stop there, and then I'm going to go down the path of talking about how solving a puzzle like this answers all the questions to your personal universe. All right, so check this out. Okay, so here's how I found my answer. The answer is A, by the way. The answer is A. I'll write it down here. Answer is A. That is the answer to this puzzle. And what is this? Answer, I always forget how to spell that, is A. Okay. Now, the reason why I know that for a fact is because, sorry, this is going to get a little tweaked. Because in the book, Malcolm tells us what the answer is, but he never explains why A is the answer. And that's what makes it fun, because as I was trying to solve the puzzle, I really didn't care that A was the answer. I had to just find a pattern. I couldn't find one for the longest time. But then I found it. At least one that makes sense to me. And like I said, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you come up with your answer. Okay, so here's what I did. In the first square, believe you me, I went through a lot of junk. I started converting these to colors. I started converting it to Morse code. I started converting it to, I don't even remember. But here's the answer that I came up with. Okay, so first, top left square. Hold on, let me rewind here. Okay, so every square has three of each symbol. Symbols of clubs, hearts, and diamonds. There's three in each. Okay, so after all my thinking, I finally came to this. Top left square. Let's start with clubs. Okay? We'll see that in the top left square that the clubs are connected, meaning there's no square that separates them. So you see you can draw a line of connectivity. Now in the second square, you see that you can't. You'll see that they're separated. In the third square, look at that. They're connected. One's here, one's here, one's here. Okay, let's go to the middle row. You'll see that the clubs are connected there. In the second, they're not connected. In the third, that they are. Bottom left, clubs are connected. Bottom middle, they aren't connected. Okay, so I told myself I need to simplify the pattern. So what if I did this? Starting with clubs, top left square, the clubs are connected. I hope you can agree with that and see that. So for the top left square, for the symbol of it being connected, I'm going to use a circle. Okay, so here it is. So top left square, I'm going to do, okay, so hold on. I'm going to make this so that it makes sense. Okay, so in the first top left square, the clubs are connected. My marker's going bad. Yeah, it's going really bad. I don't have another marker. We're going to deal with this. They're connected. In the middle square, they're not connected. So I'm going to draw this. Boom. Okay. This really sucks. This marker's going bad. top right square, they're connected. So I'll do a circle. Remember, these are just symbols. I'm trying to reduce this down so it's as simple as possible. So connected, not connected, connected. Now, sticking with clubs, I will go down. I'm going to do all the squares starting with clubs. So here you go. Top 3 squares. Now let's go to the bottom 3. The clubs are connected. Okay. I'm going to this is the middle. Oh, man. This is the middle. Hold on a second. I got to make this marker work. It's bad. All right. I'm going to have to go get a marker. I'm really upset about the fact that my marker ran out, but here we are. I got another one. Okay, so continuing on. This is the 4th square. So right now we're in the middle row, all the way to the left, and we can see that the clubs, remember, we're working with the clubs now. The clubs are connected. See? There is no square separation. So for there, we're going to do a circle, which indicates connectivity, and the straight line, obviously, represents a disconnection. So let's move on to the middle square. Are they connected? No, they are not. So we're going to do one of these bad boys right there. And let's go all the way to the right. Are they connected? They are. They are connected. Okay. Now, bottom left. Are they connected? They are connected. The clubs are connected. Let's move to the middle. Are they connected? They are not connected. Man, is that right? Are they? Is that right? Yeah. Look, let me just do a double check. Connected, not connected, connected, connected. Yep. Not connected. Yep. Connected. Yep. Connected. Yep. Not connected. Yep. Okay. Clubs are out of the way. Let me just say, here's a square for clubs. These are all clubs. I'll try to do my best to make a little club symbol. Okay, moving on to, let's just say hearts. Sorry for the mic being all windy. It's hard not to get windy. All right, moving on to hearts. Okay, here we go. All right. Hearts. I gotta walk around this thing here. Okay, let's move to hearts. Here we go. There's the heart symbol. Here's gonna be the first square. In the first square, top left, are the hearts connected? Looks to me like they are. Okay, let's do it. Let's connect those bad boys. Middle square top, are they connected? They are. They are totally connected. They are completely connected. Top right, are the hearts connected? They are not connected. The hearts are not connected. Let's move on to the left middle. Hearts, are they connected? They are not connected. Unless if my eyes are deceiving me, they are not connected. Middle square. Hearts, are they connected? They are. They are connected. Middle square, all the way to the right. Are the hearts connected? They absolutely 100% are connected. See how you can draw a line to connect them without any breaks, without any squares breaking them? All right, bottom left, we're still sticking to hearts, aren't we now? Bottom left, are they connected? They are connected. Last square, are the hearts connected? They are certainly connected. Absolutely, without a doubt, they are connected. Okay, that's hearts. Boom, 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 boom. Each symbol represents a square, remember. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, moving on. Last symbol, diamond. Let's move on to the diamond. Okay, something like that. Is that what a diamond looks like? I bet you it does. Okay. Top left square, are the diamonds connected? Looks to me like they are not connected in this world. Okay, boom. Are they connected? Are the diamonds connected on the top middle square? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Are they diamonds connected on the top middle square? They are. My gosh, I gotta look at it again. Okay, they are connected. Diamonds are connected. Remember, if you're just tuning in, circle means connected, straight line means they are not connected. And again, connecting means that they are not separated by a square. So even if they're like this, you can draw a line through them. If they're like this, you can draw a line. Like this, you can draw a line. As long as you can connect them by drawing a line, that's considered connectivity. But if they are separated by a square, then doesn't count. Okay, where in the world am I? We're on diamonds. Diamonds all the way to the right. Top all the way to the right. Are they connected? They are absolutely not connected. No way. Okay. Left, middle, diamonds. Are they connected? Not on this planet. Let me just make sure. Okay, they're not connected. They're just going to get that symbol. Middle. Are they connected? They are. They are certainly connected. You can certainly draw a line connecting them without having a square separating them. Meaning, you know what I mean. Okay, so middle right. Are the diamonds connected? Are they connected? Are they connected? Middle right. Are they connected? They are not connected. I have to keep looking back at the book, so sorry. I gotta lose a weight. I gotta start running again. All right. Diamonds. We're at the bottom left. Are the diamonds connected? They are absolutely not in this world connected. Middle. Are the diamonds connected? No, they are not connected. Okay, so here's where we finish off. Now we've created some kind of pattern. We can look at this. This is why this makes sense to me, because now if this were the original picture, let's just say the original puzzle wasn't the symbols. Let's just say it was this. Let's just say the original puzzle wasn't the card symbols. Let's just say I threw this. And you would say, okay, what's next in the sequence? Well, you can say, okay, if we look at this, it makes sense. There's either, it's not two circles, 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 two circles. There's at least two of each symbol balanced by a third symbol that's not equal. Notice how, wait a minute, what did I do here? Okay. Notice how nothing has all the same symbols going across. It's either two of one and one of the other. You don't have all circles. You don't have all spaces. And it's clearly apparent. I'm not making this up. This is fact according to this puzzle by simplifying the way I did. We look across. So then we can say this. Maybe in order to balance out this puzzle alone, you have to finish off this last missing space with a different space or a different symbol. So, for example, you could have either the clubs connecting or not connecting. That would make sense here. You would have to have you for certainly would have to have the hearts be non-connecting. So it's like, in order to finish off clubs, you can choose. It could either be connected or not connected. The hearts have to be connected. Or no, they have to be disconnected no matter what. The diamonds have to be connected as well. In order to make, you cannot have them disconnected. Otherwise, you can't have three. Bottom line is you can't have three of the same symbol, okay? So let's find out if A, the first answer that the book says is the answer, makes sense. So, clubs. A in clubs is connected, right? So if we're looking at the answer of A and we're focusing on clubs now, look, they're connected. So you plug that in here. That makes sense. It works. Okay, so now hearts, they have to be disconnected. They can't be connected. So look at the hearts. Are the hearts connected in A? No, they're disconnected. They're disconnected, so that means that works because we're looking for, remember, you can't have all three of the same going across. Now, let's finish off with diamonds. So according to the method that I came up with here, the diamonds, the square A, they have to be connected. Let's look at A. Are they connected? they are. They're certainly connected. Now, in order to check our work, in order for this to make sense, you would have to look through all the other answers to make sure that those don't work. So let's start with B. Now, in order for this to work, no other answer can have hearts and diamonds connected and clubs. Clubs, you can go both ways to make it work. So, and also you can look at this puzzle like this. As a matter of fact, you can actually the hearts, the clubs would have to be connected in A, which they are connected in A. But as I'm looking at this again, you can see that there's 2 of one symbol in each row. So you can see the pattern in each square. So there's 2 circles, 1 straight line, 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 straight line, circle, straight line, circle, straight line, straight line, circle. So that doesn't make sense on the last one. However, it still makes sense that there's only 2 and 1. There is no connection or disconnection all the way through. You have to have at least two of one and one of the other. You can't have all 3. Okay, so going off that logic still, answer A, they have to be, okay, so clubs is connected or can be disconnected in order to follow the same pattern of them having 2 and 1 of each. But I think it could still work if it was disconnected in clubs, just because you're having 2 of one pattern and 1 of the other. So, but for simplicity's sake, let's just go with the connection, since A does have the clubs connected. Hearts, notice how they are disconnected. Okay, so let's go to B. Are the hearts connected? And the answer B, yes, the hearts are connected, so that doesn't work. See, because in order for the hearts to work, they have to be disconnected. But since in B they're connected, that answer doesn't work. So we can go ahead and move on to the next answer. C, are the hearts connected? Yes, they are connected. So C doesn't work because if they weren't connected, then we move on to diamonds. But since they already are connected, we can just move on. So C, hearts are connected. D, are the hearts connected? Yes, they are. So D doesn't work. E, are the hearts connected? Yes, they are. So E doesn't work. F, are the hearts connected? Yes, they are. So that doesn't work. G, are the hearts connected? Yes, they are. So G doesn't work. H, are the hearts connected? Yes, they're connected. That doesn't work. The only symbol that doesn't have the hearts connected is A. Okay, now let's move on to diamonds. Diamonds have to be connected because that was our last answer. They can't be disconnected. They have to be disconnected. I'm sorry, diamonds have to be connected. So let's go to A. Are the diamonds connected? Yes. Let's go to B. Are the diamonds connected? Yes, they are, but the hearts are connected, so that doesn't work. Diamond C. Are the diamonds connected? Yes, they are, but the hearts are connected. D. Are the diamonds connected? Yes, they are, but the hearts are connected. E. Are the hearts disconnected? They are, but the hearts are connected. F. Connected, but the hearts are connected. G, are the diamonds connected? No, they're not. So that gets eliminated. H, are the diamonds connected? Yes, they are, but the hearts are connected. So the answer is A. I mean, the answer is A because the book says that's the answer. But even though you know the answer, it doesn't matter because you still have to find the pattern. This is the pattern I came up with. That makes most sense to me. It was reduced down to a pattern that was easily recognizable. Now, again, you tell me what you think. So, bottom line is this. I simplified the puzzles. I see a pattern. Here's the answer. Here's the answer I came up with. Every square, you can't have all 3 same matching symbols. Connected, disconnected. You can have 2, but can't be all 3. Go down the line, check and see. There's no 3 patterns going across. That's the answer I came up with. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested to see what you guys think because I don't know that's the actual answer. I don't know that's what the person who created the puzzle is what they're looking for. I don't know. It doesn't say in the book. He never explains it. So that's why I'm reaching out and asking you guys. Now, I'm just going to take 5 minutes and talk about how doing something like this actually changes the course of your entire life if you allow it. Okay, number one, I've given this puzzle to a few people. Check this out. People give up so fast. People give up so quick when they are faced with something that poses to be a challenge, especially when it has to deal with challenging, working the mind real hard. Because if you're somebody who does puzzles like this all day long, you're going to have fun with it. You're going to find the answer because you're used to how puzzles are being solved. And if you're somebody who doesn't do puzzles often at all and are given this puzzle to solve, I'm telling you, from my experience, people give up fairly quickly. There's only one person I know that I'm banking on to get it because, man, I tell you, she is a go-getter. When she gets challenged like this, she doesn't stop until she gets it. Such an awesome quality. Anyway, what's so cool about something like this, and this is the point I'm really trying to get at here, is when you're faced with a challenge like this puzzle, for example, if somebody says, hey man, solve that, and you're challenged, you have a few options. One, work on it for a little bit, and if it gets too hard, give up. Two, actually, there's only two answers. Don't get the answer, or B, get the answer. Okay, so check this out. If you're somebody who is going to easily give up on this and walk away from it, then, no hard feelings. I mean, this isn't like trying to condemn anybody of anything. I'm just saying, when you get to learn the nature of things in yourself, this kind of exercise gets very interesting. Because if you're somebody who walks away from this, then you walk away. You go back to whatever it is you do. You go back to the way that you're used to thinking. Because again, we like to do things that are familiar. We like to do things that are comfortable, and we like to do things that is easy to us. We don't want to struggle much at all. Like we really do. We're an energy efficient creature, just like most creatures. We don't want to expel or expend more energy than necessary. We don't want to. And depending on how lazy you are as a human, physically and cognitively, then or mentally, then you're gonna. What did I just say? I forget what I said. Okay, then you're gonna put even less amount of effort into things. But if you're somebody who's like training your brain often and training your body physically, you're tend to going to seek out challenges more often than the person who is mentally and physically lazy. Remember, this isn't condemning anybody. This is just to get to know the nature of the self. It's fascinating stuff. Okay, now what if you're somebody who's faced with a puzzle like this and you tell yourself, for some reason, you have the willpower, you have whatever it takes to tell yourself, I am not going to not get the answer to this puzzle. I'm going to do whatever it takes to find the answer. Whatever it takes. Okay, so it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool to be able to put yourself up against the wall, up against a corner, and force yourself to do a thing. Man, I'm telling you, you develop that ability, that skill within you. It seems like anything is possible because you simply don't allow for failure. And in failure, in this case, means anything that you set your mind to, anything you set out to complete, finish, solve, then you could just keep reintroducing new problems. Constantly challenging yourself. So what makes it so fascinating is that if you really want to, if you have the capacity, if you trained it, then you can set in front of you some of the most challenging things and complete them. Now, you have to have a few things in order to be able to do this, in my estimation. And I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just one guy talking here. But what this puzzle made me really appreciate was if you just force yourself, if you just find the answer, or if you just work at it, you will find the solution. You will find it. It's like, it seems like this is how evolution is. If you put something in a situation, they are going to evolve out of it. This is one of the most beautiful things about human beings is our incredible ability to adapt. And remember what Homeboy said. What's his name? Survival of the no, this wasn't Freud. Who was it? Darwin. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. What does that actually mean? I think a lot of us thinks it just means who can beat who up. If I can beat you in a fight, I win, man. I'm gonna survive. But it's better than that. It's whoever is most able to adapt. That is the fittest person. It's like whatever environment I throw you in, then the fittest is going to not only survive but thrive out of that situation. That's what's so cool about it. So for human beings, it starts with the spirit and the mind. You have to set yourself up knowing and believing that you can find the answer and find your way out of every situation. Find the solution to every problem. And here's where it gets really exciting. Once you set your mind up like that, you can now pick what problems you're going to solve. Instead of just being a creature of constantly waiting for the environment to beat you up and then fight your way back out of it, you can survive out of that situation many times over. But that gets kind of boring. You get kind of tired, especially how far we've evolved as humans. And don't forget, I'm not an evolutionist. I mean, I think evolution is a part of the makeup of the reality we live in, but that's not only it. I don't worship evolution. For me, it's not the end all be all. Anyway, aside from the point, now that we've evolved into this species that is pretty advanced, we have the luxury of choosing our problems. Now, if you're somebody who is struggling from problems that you didn't choose, well, you got to eventually evolve out of that. You have to. That's what's beautiful about being a human being. We can evolve out of it. We can fix our problems. We don't have to be a victim of a problem forever. Sure, you might be a victim of a problem for a time being, a year, 2 years, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 25 years you've been struggling from the same problem. But I'm telling you, as a people, as a beautiful creation of the Almighty God, we are blessed with the ability to find ways out of extremely precarious situations. Things that we don't want. Now, there's things we have to accept, but that's different. We're not talking about, but we could also sit here and have a debate on, well, what are things that we should accept versus things that we shouldn't accept. I don't want to get into that conversation because that's a long one. That's a long conversation. But the bottom line is this. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your race, no matter what your sex, no matter what your education level, no matter the culture that you were brought up in, no matter the environment, geologically, it doesn't matter where you are on this planet. What matters is this. You are a divine creature. You truly are. Now, over time, this can get smothered. I shouldn't say over time, but it seems like the world we live in now is still extremely primitive because we put so much hindrance to our abilities, our potential as individual, beautiful, divine creatures of the Almighty God. And the thing that sucks is because of our criticism against God, because it's so prevalent now in our culture and all across the world, what's happening is we're becoming too much of a humanist. We're becoming too much of scientists, relying on the world too much. I'm not saying we shouldn't rely on it at all. That's not the point. We are living in this world. That's a fact for now. We're living in this world. There is a tangible reality that we have to contend with on a day-to-day basis. But don't forget the metaphysical. Don't forget the abstract. Don't forget that you have an imagination. Don't forget that you are a conscious being. Scientists can't explain to you what consciousness is. They have no clue. It's like a question that's so difficult, they stop to even figure out how to answer. Where do you point at consciousness? Where do you point at the imagination? And they say, well, when you imagine something, it happens in this region of the brain. So, hey, look, we figured it out. No, it's not the case, man. It's so much more than that. So much more. I'm going to finish off with saying this one more time. You are a divine creation of God. Yes, you got to contend with the reality in this materialistic world, the world that is material. But don't forget, you are connected to imagination. You are a conscious being, that you live in a beautiful organic world, that you live in a world that's probabilistic. It's a beautiful world we live in. Don't forget that you have the ability to find the solution to the most difficult problems. Not only that, but you are so divine and such an amazing creature that you can create your own problems to solve. Isn't that amazing? Okay, check it out. I was going to say something really cool. It just escaped me, but let me see if it can come back. Gosh, it's gone. It's gone. Okay, I'm going to finish off with that. One last time. You are a divine creature. You are divine. Don't be limited to these identities that you've conjured up for yourself. Don't be limited. Do not cripple yourself by adopting the identities beset upon you by the world. Become your own person. Be your own individual. Have your own personal relationship with the Almighty Creator. Figure it out. You have that right. That is what God wants you to do. He wants you to connect with Him. I'm just saying Him just for simplicity's sake. Let's not get too analytical about that at the moment. But you know what I mean. You have the right to build that relationship with the Almighty Creator. Do it. Forget about the world. If you need to right now, if you're tired of the world, break away and just spend some time with the Almighty Creator. Turn off the TV, get away from your social groups. Not to say that you're never going to be friends with your friends again. Just do what you need to do to build that relationship. Because I'm telling you, the truth will set you free, man. The truth will set you free. And God knows everything. He knows it all. He created it. Anyway, that's it for now. What's your answer to the puzzle? What is it? I want to know. If you think this is correct, let me know. If you think it's wrong, provide the answer. Remember, we all know now that the answer is A, according to the author of the book. But one more time, I did not look at the answer and try to make sense of the answer A. I just knew that the answer was A, but I didn't even look at the picture. I didn't even try to analyze it. I just wanted to find the pattern in the squares that are above. I seem to have found a pattern. Let me know what you think. What is your answer? If your answer is not what I came up with, then explain it. Explain it. I want to know. I'm really interested. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching the platform. One more time, shout out to Tommy Baker. Tommy Baker got in a dirt bike accident. Tommy Baker's the guy I usually do the platform recordings with. We've been doing it for over a year now. He's currently in a hospital. He got in a dirt bike accident, and he's now paralyzed. But we are praying, and we're doing whatever we can just to make that mighty man of God walk again with our faith and belief. So if you want to kind of catch up on that, watch the previous video. There's either a couple videos back, I do a quick little 5-minute video talking about what happened, and there's some footage of his wreck. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for hanging out with the platform. See ya.